thereluctanthusband.com. This time we're going to talk about MyeongAm. MyeongAm was born around 1911. His birth name was Young-chul. He moved to Seoul at around the age of 4. At the age of 9, his father had died, and MyeongAm and his mother went to Hamgyeongnam-do. It's a region on the peninsula, and they found shelter at Seokgwangsa Temple. Now, by the age of 16, MyeongAm actually became a Buddhist monk at Konbongsan Temple in Mount Kumgangsan. He was granted the Buddhist name Jungyeon. Now, MyeongAm was able to get an education. He actually studied French in Japan. He graduated in 1941. In 1934, the newspaper recognized him for his poetry. He had a poem titled Ungbang의 태양은 소라, and this can be seen as his official start of his literary career. Along with this poem, he wrote lyrics for songs like Seoul Nore, which was also recognized. In May of 1934, Columbia Records began selling his songs. After that point, and until 1945, the span of about 10 or 11 years, he authored about 150 poems and over 500 songs. His songs were bought by a variety of record companies, but he used the name MyeongAm exclusively with OK Records. MyeongAm was also a playwright, of course a poet, a lyricist, and he went by many pen names. Sometimes he would use the pen name Kim Ta-in or Kim Un-tan. In particular, the name Kim Ta-in was his pen name, which he shared with Park Young-ho, another lyricist and poet. During MyeongAm's life, it was a period where Japan colonized Korea, and so MyeongAm had to participate in a lot of pro-Japanese rhetoric, along with other entertainers. Like in 1942, MyeongAm wrote the lyrics for Kudewa Na, and it was composed by Kim Hae-sung and sung by Nam In-soo and Chang Se-jung. MyeongAm also wrote some North Korean revolutionary songs as well. After the peninsula gained independence from Japan, MyeongAm became very active in some organizations. In 1945, he was elected on committees like the Chosun Drama Alliance, which took progressive stances due to political repression and restrictions on cultural movements. In August of 1948, the government of the Republic of Korea was established, and that separated the peninsula into the north and the south. This caused many left-wing minded individuals to return to the north and be labeled as defectors. In 1948, MyeongAm was part of those who went back to the north. After MyeongAm defected, he continued to promote cultural development by producing more literary works and music. When the Korean conflict broke out, he worked as a war photographer and still wrote lyrics for songs. In 1957, he published a collection of his poems. In 1960, he became the Vice Minister of Education and Culture in North Korea. In 1961, he published a collection of his plays under his birth name, Young-chul. After 1962, he continued to influence art and culture by becoming the vice chair of the Central Committee of Literature and Art Alliance. And in 1965, songs that he composed the lyrics to were officially banned in the Republic of Korea. In 1973, on his 60th birthday, he received recognition and awards. In 1988, he protested against the banning of his works in the Republic of Korea, and on May 8th, 1993, he died at home. In 1992, just prior to his death, 61 of his songs were taken off the blacklist here in the Republic of Korea. In 1994, his works were allowed to air on media and broadcast stations again. A lot of his works, because Jo MyeongAm went back to the North and was considered a defector, many times they went back to his old songs and took his name out and replaced it with other people's names. We'll take a listen to a song by Jo MyeongAm. It's a song during the colonial period. The title of it is Nakhwa Yusu, which means the fallen flower and flowing water. This song was sung in 1942 by Nam In-soo.
이 강산 낙화유수 흐르는 봄에 새파란 젊은 꿈을 엮은 맹서야 세월은 흘러가고 청춘도 가고 한많은 인생살이 금같이 갔네.